In this video, I'm going to describe how to initiate movement with a transparent window. When you take away the System Chrome from a window, you remove the ability to capture mouse down events and initiate tracking of the window position with the mouse movement. If you want the user to be able to move a transparent window, you have to program it. It's a small amount of code, but it's something you become responsible for as the developer. For this demonstration, I'll use an application named usingtransparentwindows.mxml that's in the Chapter 6 project. And I'll also use a component that's in the Windows folder named mytransparentwindow.mxml. The code for myTransparentWindow is pretty much the same as myNativeWindow 2 as it was at the end of the last video. It presents a transparent window that contains a VBox with a certain color and background. Mouse down events on the VBox will be handled correctly, but because the outer window is transparent, any mouse down events outside the VBox will be ignored. I'll run the application and click the button to open the window. When the window opens, it appears in the upper left-hand corner of my screen. It may appear in a different position depending on your operating system. If I click down on the window, as I'm doing now, and then start to initiate mouse movement, notice that nothing happens. Also notice that if I click off the VBox, the background application takes focus. I'll come back to the main window, click the Close Window button to make sure that the top-level window has been closed, and then close the application. One issue that you might run into when you're working with native windows in Flex is that sometimes you end up with an invisible window and you don't even know it's present. When there is an invisible window present, you won't be able to launch another application because the Air Debug Launcher, which is running the application in the background, is still in memory. If you have this symptom that you're not able to run an application, go to the Task Manager on Windows and check the Processes list and look for something named adl.exe. Now, I don't have that as an issue right now. I don't see adl.exe listed here, but if I did, I would select it and then click End Process. If you're working on Mac, you can click on the Apple menu and then select Force Quit, and once again look for the ADL application. And if you see it, quit that application, and then you'll be able to launch your next application. Now, I'd like to be able to move the window across the screen when the user clicks and drags. I showed how to do this technique in the Air 1.0 Essential Training video series. I did it in that case with a full application. Here, I'll do the same thing with a native window. I'll go to the mytransparentwindow.mxml code, and I'll add a mouse down event listener to the window component. When the user presses the mouse button while the cursor is over any visual part of the window, I'll get a mouse down event. I'll react by calling this code, this.stage.nativewindow.startMove. Notice that I'm calling the startMove method from the native window object of the current stage, that is the visual presentation area of the current window. When the user clicks down, I'll start the move operation. As long as the user keeps the mouse button pressed and they move the mouse around, the position of the window on the screen will track with the mouse movement. When the user releases the mouse button, the movement will stop, and you don't have to do any programming to make it stop. I'll save the change and run the application again. I'll once again open the window, and this time I can click on the window and drag it around the screen as much as I want to. Once again, when I release the mouse button, as I will now, and then move the mouse again, you'll see that the window stops moving by itself. So that's how we handle transparency and window movement in Air. You handle the mouse down event on the window level, and then you call that startMove method as a method of the stage's native window object.